Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Alex here. Want to go over scholarship and roster information, two important topics to cover during this recruiting process. And plus, who doesn't want to talk about scholarships? It's just awesome. If you get a scholarship, that is outstanding. It's just so cool to say. And you and your family get to save a lot of money, which is just great. And then as far as roster information, important to know there can be only so many student athletes that play on an individual team at the next level, okay? We're gonna be going over D1, D2, D3, and Juco. There's a lot of information up here, but don't worry, I'm gonna cover it. If you have any questions, email me. I have you covered. Don't worry about it. All right, D1, there can be only 35 active players that play on each individual team. Now that said, there could be a total of maybe 38 or 39 guys on the team, on the roster, on the web page, if you will. And maybe those 3 or 4 guys are red shirts, or one got injured and can't play that year, but they're not active to play. Now, with everything going on, with the pandemic and everything, this has changed, but it's going to come back to this, okay? NCAA made a new rule with everything going on. One, they gave everybody a year of eligibility back, and for that reason, they're not counting the seniors to the 35 active student athletes that can play on each individual team. So seniors basically are the red shirts that I mentioned before, but they can play, okay? You're not going to be a college senior anytime soon, so don't necessarily worry about this right now. Let's get into scholarships, okay? Now, if a school is fully funded, I'll get into that here in a minute. They have 11.7 scholarships that they can divvy out amongst 27 of those 35 guys. So what does fully funded mean? Fully funded basically means that they have the full allotted amount, 11.7, that the NCAA has cut. That's the max athletic scholarships that you can divvy out, okay? The thing is, most are not fully funded, okay? The ones that are essentially the Power Fives, okay? The Power Fives are fully funded. So your SEC, ACC, Pac-12, Big Ten, those conferences are fully funded for the most part. Everybody else might have 10 scholarships, 7 scholarships, 5 scholarships, 4. Some have none, okay? Now, if they give you an athletic scholarship, as of right now, and this could change, they're actually going to be voting on this here soon, they have to give you at least 25% of an athletic scholarship. Fantastic. That's great, okay? Now, let's go back to 27. So say a school is not fully funded and maybe only has 7. Well, you're not going to reach really 27 guys, okay, on a team, 27. So it might be like 20 guys, if that, okay? But let's just use the example of 20. The other 15 are not on athletic scholarship, but they might be on academic scholarship. And there's some colleges and universities out there that have stacking, which is fantastic. They stack academic and athletic. Jacksonville, where I went, all right, at least at the time that I've gone, I haven't checked in with them recently, but they have stacking. You can stack academic and athletic money on top of that, and I'm almost positive they do that right now, which is fantastic, okay? You just up your percentage as far as if you have athletic scholarship 25%, and then you got an academic scholarship at 50%, 75% of your tuition is paid. That is fantastic. Now, there's some conferences out there that do not have athletic scholarship. The Ivy League and the Patriot League. Important to note there. Now, the Patriot League does have some academic money. The Ivy League does not. Let's dive into D2. There's 39 active student athletes that can play at D2. Okay, so 4 more. 9 scholarships limit. So not a lot of guys are getting athletic scholarships amongst the 39, but academic. Again, this is just reiterating how important academics are as far as your GPA and your test scores. Really make sure you're studying in the books. And then D3, there's no limit to the roster, okay? And there's no athletic money, but there's a lot of academic money that can be made as far as at D3. Now, the no limit, you're not going to see many schools out there with like 30, like 50 roster spots. Usually it's typically between 35 and 40, okay? But hey, focus on that academic. And then we have Juco, okay? Important to go over Juco because especially during this time with the pandemic and how recruiting honestly has gotten harder because NCAA gave everybody their year of eligibility back and high school seniors are going into college, so there's influx of rosters. Juco might be a good option. And for that case, if you're not getting recruited like you thought, or you need another year of development, okay? Very important here. So there's 30 active roster spots. And there's 24 scholarships they can divvy up, and then 2 years. So remember, if you don't know this, Juco is only for 2 years. But after 1 year, okay, you can go on and play D1. Okay, it kind of starts the recruiting process over again, but it's much easier in junior college. So after 1 year, you can go on and play D1, D2, D3, or even after 2 years. Remember, Juco's only 2 years. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.